Hello, welcome back to another lesson in Vedic astrology. This is not going to be a lesson basically, it's going to be a quiz. As people interested in astrology, you're bound to meet on the way while traveling, etc. Or when you go to a friend's house, they'll take a piece of paper and draw a horoscope and tell you, can you say something about this? And usually what happens is, as soon as a chart is given to you, because you know the basics of astrology, you will be so eager to start reading the horoscope without even considering what are if there are any mistakes. So the purpose of doing this video is to let you know what are the things that you should look out for before you even start making an attempt to read the horoscope. There are several things that you can do. First, ask them again, is this your date of birth and time of birth and place of birth? That's the first thing you do. You can at least look for where the sun is, and the sun is directly related to the month of birth, and you know that the sun shifts from one sign to another roughly right in the middle of the English month. So Jan 15th the sun shifts, and Feb 15th, this is an approximate method. So you have to first find out where the sun is, and then you can ask them what's your nakshatra. And let's say they say some nakshatra like Ashwini, and you know that Ashwini belongs to Mesha, and the moon must be only in that place in the horoscope which is called Mesha or Mesha Rasi. The idea of doing this quiz is to let you know, to spot the mistakes without referring to any other thing except just what you have learned from Vedic astrology. And you also need to know that, let's say in 1950, where was Jupiter and Saturn? So for example, 1950, Saturn was in Leo or Simha Rashi, and Jupiter was debilitated in Makara. So let's say somebody is born 30 years later, which is 50 plus 30, 80, and then you can say that Saturn must be back to Leo or Simha Rashi. And you can actually count year by year where Jupiter must be, and plus or minus one sign you most probably will get it right. But let's say somebody has Jupiter in Cancer, and by mistake he puts it in Capricorn. You can say that's impossible because there's an error of 6 years. That's not possible. If there's an error of 1 year, then you can say, okay, you can't find it out without using an ephemeris or a panchang for that particular year, or using a computer software. So what I have done is, in this video, I'm giving the actual quiz. There is a chart that I have done, and you have to find out what are the mistakes without referring to anything else except the input given right in the middle of the chart. And in part 2 of this video, I will let you know how to spot the mistakes. Before we go on to part 2, I would like to tell you there are actually 10 mistakes, and can you find out 10 out of 10? And if yes, write to me. My email ID is given at the end of this video, saying these are the mistakes. And to appreciate your talents in Vedic astrology, I will send you your birth horoscope, provided you send me your name, date and time of birth. So this is a horoscope of a person born Jan 25, 1962, 6:30 AM, and it is said that this person's nakshatra is Uttra Falguni and born in Talisheri, a place in Kerala, India. And take a good look and try to find as many mistakes as possible, and inform me the mistakes that you can spot on this horoscope. My email ID is given at the end of this video, and the first 10 will get a detailed horoscope from me, provided you give your name, date and time. Name, date, time and place of birth.